Why does everyone in the Big Ten become Iowa?
Everything evolves to eventually become a crab.
Ryan Day wanted the crab fight.
This team has 2 claws and he wants to snip at you with them.
He will play like the crab if he feels threatened.
All right, welcome to the Claw State podcast. Vasishta's not here, and I guess since we don't have the topic right now, and because Zoom records both of our faces simultaneously, you're gonna get both of us like in the downtimes, like looking at my phone and sipping tea when I'm not talking. So get ready.
It's gonna be a banger, folks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little awkward because John and I only know each other through this show. Yeah, so the curtain's back. We have nothing else. We're all football today. Okay, now this is kind of weird. We're gonna start with something that is really important to me, but I want to use this as an opportunity to introduce ourselves to a new audience. So, out of respect for this new audience, we will refrain from cursing during this particular segment. So, we're clipping this by itself. Get ready. Hello, and welcome to the Claw State Christian Football Podcast. My name is Joshua, and I'm here with Joseph. And our third host, Pello, is not here this week. We are talking about the Holy War, one of the best rivalries in college football. And BYU comes out on top. Bear Bachmeier gets a signature win early in this season. Well, I guess midway through. John.
Yeah,
Joseph, did you see this?
Thank you, brother Joshua. Yes, the talk about number one, beautiful game to watch on television. The color-on-color rivalry game. We are pro that. That should happen more often, especially when the colors are so perfectly matched up like this. But man, huge win for BYU. Probably the most under-discussed undefeated team, but that's going to be done with after this one, man.
I mean, them and Houston are atop the Big 12, just like we all predicted. And I gotta say, I didn't think BYU would be able to have a traditional sort of passing offense with their, weird quarterback that wears a number that Joseph loves.
I will refrain from any thoughts on it because I can't say them without words that our new audience will not like.
Well, I don't know if they would be able to keep doing this, but I mean, when you have a guy that young, you're kind of building who he is in the first place. So giving him Chase Roberts to work with and a solid offensive line that handled one of the best defenses they'll play all season, it kind of seems like you're just more worried about staying focused through the year than you are really getting a leg up on everybody. You can control your own destiny here. And I'm not sure if they have Houston on the schedule, but one conference loss puts you in the third place spot. So I'm impressed at this point.
Yeah, BYU does dodge Houston, but it is. I mean, Bear Bachmeier doesn't exactly light up the box score, but I mean he just makes plays when he's a true freshman who got the job 5 seconds before the season started.
Yeah,
I mean it's for this BYU team with that quarterback situation to be 7-0, I think it really says a lot about how BYU has built their team, that you can plug and play with a fullback at quarterback and just be totally fine.
Yeah, Lawrence Vickers looks really good under center there. One thing about Utah, I was worried if this game was close that Utah would be the one dictating how things go with time of possession, with turnover battle. I thought for sure like Utah would find a way to edge this one out. And the thing is, like, I think it was telling that they were very close in this really good home environment on the night to be there. Like, that's as tough an environment as they're going to play in. And I feel like they didn't even get their shot to have that when Texas Tech came in town because they were playing at 10 a.m. local time. So, I mean, I don't know. There's only so much like home field advantage, time of kick can really affect the game. But I like Dampier's performance. There was a little bit of stagnation from their offense, but I don't know. It's not all. They're not. I don't think they're built to be explosive. I like their they have this thing for like athletic, skinny tight ends that just can catch a screen and run for 30 yards. Like they like that type of player. I kind of miss Kuthi, I think was his name last year, and the new guy, he's fine, but he's not him. And like I think they, as a matter of principle, see time of possession as their explosiveness. Like I can score points in fewer seconds, or I can have more seconds for the same amount of points. Like it's backwards, but it's working for the most part. I think you just got beat by a really good team.
Yeah, I second that. Just two good Big 12 teams, and someone's got to win. BYU pulled it out, man.
I think one of the things that makes this game so special to me is when you have these two schools that are, one is like a religious organization. It has all this baggage that comes with it. There's a lot of people from the state that go there, which is true for Utah as well. But then Utah also has an alumni base in California and Texas and Arizona. So like there's a lot of people that come to the state and are like, things are kind of different here. And I think that like latent resentment just breeds something really special in a rivalry game like this. And the thing is, Utah comes to the Big 12 at a time where they kind of needed it more than the conference needed it, one could argue. They just came a year after BYU came. And I remember hearing tale of like Iowa State fans going to a BYU game and fans passing out like brownies to like new opponents. So if you ask these people like what's your beef with them, they're so nice. So you sound crazy if you talk about them. But for them, it's like, no, you don't know what it's like to have this holier than thou goody two shoes that makes me look like the cool one in the state. And I love how salty they are in Salt Lake City after this one. Like, I don't think you can be like a good sport after this. Just because you're working out like real differences between each other on this area where you are pretty much overlapping entirely. So it's really nice. It's a nice little dynamic there. Like Utah being the Squidward to BYU's SpongeBob. Like you have to rain on their parade. But I can imagine how terrible it is to live next door.
Oh yeah, a perfectly named rivalry. Beautiful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's so bad. I didn't even see it coming. Oh man,
damn.
Don't worry.
Dang.
Don't worry. This will not be in the final cut.
Congrats,
right.
BYU. Good win.
Really good win.
Really
Hope
good
you've had your fill. All right. Next game. I guess probably the biggest upset of the week. Louisville at Miami.
Didn't see it coming, that's for sure. I mean, especially for the type of athletes that Miami has. I mean, to get held to 21 on a weird Friday night kick, man, I will say, it is as a college football consumer, I like having games on more days than just Saturday. But like those weekday slots, they're meant for not teams of Miami's caliber. And I'm not saying that they lost this game because it was on Friday or anything like that. It's just the ACC is not exactly doing themselves favors when they have Miami, your projected ACC champion, playing Louisville, a strong contender for the other spot in Charlotte, playing on a Friday night. I mean, it's cool. We got a good game on Friday night, but this game should have been on Saturday.
I get it. I mean, I understand like offering more to a television network through it, but it seems I kind of like that you have like an individual window where you're only competing with ECU Tulane.
True.
No disrespect to them. but I don't know. I mean, if it's between you and Sam Houston, I know which one I'd rather watch. Like now I'm competing with like my other Friday night plans instead. But the actual game, I think it was more revealing than anything. Like I don't know if Carson Beck can do this, dude.
This is the Carson Beck that I expected to see after how the end of the season went for him last year. And he's been playing really well up until now, but man, 4 picks, could have been 5. One of them got called back, I think, for a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And then he immediately threw a pick on the next play. So I guess can't really count that as could have been 5.
I'm just worried. Like, it was nice seeing like with those like touch passes he was doing, like dropping one into like Malachi Tony early on was like so incredible. But then by the end of the game, it's like, okay, he did like, this is not like touch. That is all he has. Like, I don't like, he has to be so, what is it? Not predictive, but he has to like know exactly what's going to happen. He has to be so anticipatory with all his throws because he doesn't have the arm strength to zip it in there anymore. And then you add your decision making on top of that. I mean, I don't know. It's so easy to say after a guy has like one of his worst games that he's not that good. But I think really, I feel like I don't know if his arm can hold up for now. What, 7 more games they're hoping?
Yeah. I know that this is a totally different sport, but when we have a throwing arm UCL injury in baseball, that is like a 16 to 18 month recovery time for a pitcher. Now, you're not contorting your arm for a football throwing motion the same way as a 100-mile-an-hour throwing reliever, but like, I mean, you come back after that 16 months and you don't have your velo for probably 24 months. And I think that's exactly what you're saying, where he just doesn't have the zip on his arm anymore to come back, after 10 months? And it hasn't hurt him yet, but this one definitely did.
Yeah, I mean, to give Louisville some credit, I don't know. I feel bad because I just don't believe in them still. When we were talking about this game, it was like, I literally said not BYU, Louisville is a banter club. I'm like, they're not going to do this every week. Like, the team that's good enough to beat the number 2 team in the country on the road is like, that's not who you are. But then again, a team that loses to Virginia at home, I don't think that's who you are either. So like, you're back in the mix in the ACC. And now the number 1 contender has a conference loss, so you're tied with them even, and have the tiebreaker. But yeah. I don't trust you to go 4 or 5 more conference games and not just drop one for whatever reason. I guess like there's only so many pits you could run into that you struggle against and narrowly could have lost to. But I don't know. I just don't have faith in them, and I'm more frustrated than I am like, wow, great for Louisville.
Yeah, and the same problem that you're identifying here for Louisville, Miami has as well, because in a world where we have these 17 team mega conferences, like, you're not gonna play everybody. And I mean, Louisville is, even if Louisville wins out in the ACC, they are going to be 7-1 with a loss to Virginia. Virginia and Georgia Tech both are undefeated in the ACC, and they don't have to play Miami. Now, those teams easily could drop one here or there in the ACC, much like Louisville could. But like, this is why the 17 team conference is a bad thing. Like, Miami now has only lost one, and they need multiple teams to lose multiple games. I don't know, man. I don't like it. 17 team league with 8 conference games just does not work. And I mean, Louisville is more in it than Miami. Props to you. Good job, guys. Big win. But like, you lost to Virginia already. Like, let's you have to be perfect, and you need Virginia to slip, which they did try to. They did try to yesterday, but they didn't. And that wasn't even a conference game.
Well, that's the thing. On the Jeff Brom passed Mario Cristobal and Dabo Sweeney for the most like conference wins in the past like couple of years or something, like with 23 as opposed to 22. So they are a program that has been to the conference championship. They are consistently pretty good. They have the wins over the contenders in the conference. Like, I feel like it's unfair to say like, oh, how dare you drop a game when everyone in the conference seems to. But I'm like, man, I want to hold you to a higher standard because you're right there. And I don't know if they'll do it. I don't know. And I don't know. We're biased for Georgia Tech. I'll just say we really like them, and I'm not afraid of this team yet because I still feel like they have that like, we're just playing sort of energy.
Yeah, they do. And I hate to have that conversation about a team right after they get like one of the biggest wins in program history. I think like going out and beating Miami like this, that is huge. And maybe this can be the thing that starts to change our ideas about Louisville.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they
go on a run, dude.
It got to a point where they had like pick number 4. They're like, the guys were like, we don't know what to celebrate with. Like, they already did the they already did the like thumbs down. They already did like high fives and everything. By the 4th pick, they're like, good job, man. Hey, that's what we work for. Like, they turn into like an Instagram caption with like grinded hard. Like, it was crazy. So now, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's good for Miami that they could have an absolute meltdown from their quarterback and lose by 3. Good for Louisville that they didn't play their best game and could still win against the top 2 team. The rest just remains to be seen. And more Friday Night Magic is in the air.
Hell yeah.
In the ACC. I also thought it was funny that Malachi Toney had to like score the last 8 points of the game for Miami because Carson Beck was so fried by the end. And what's crazy is he did it. He did it himself. I'm like, that's what a Biletnikoff winner looks like. Like, this kid is unstoppable.
Yeah, he's really good.
Oh, I'm just going through the notes. Vasishta, I'm giving him credit. He did say Louisville would upset somebody and then get upset themselves. And sure enough, check and check. We'll see if it happens again.
Legend.
Next up, number 10 LSU loses 24 to number 17 Vanderbilt's 31. What are your thoughts?
Avia, man. Talk about a dude who, like, as he goes, the team goes, and Vanderbilt is a genuinely good football team. What? They're a genuinely good football team, and I don't want to reduce them to their quarterback, but their quarterback is so, like, he just goes out and wins games almost by himself. The dude has no quit in him. There are at least 14 dogs in his chest cavity right now. Like, this is a guy who I think has never chosen to slide on a quarterback run, and he just gets lit up, and he doesn't even give a shit. And then the one time I've ever seen him slide was when it was the smart play after getting a first down 1 yard away from the end zone to just ice the game. Just go down, and they're out of timeouts. We can take 3 knees and get the hell out of here. Like,
class.
I mean, smart football player, good football player, and I mean, Vanderbilt's tight ends are great. Like, LSU, it's not a very good football team, but like, the score is a 1-score game. Did not feel like that watching it.
I think what really tells about this program was someone pointed out Vanderbilt didn't even rush the field.
Yep.
They're ready. They've been here before. We've had our big wins. We know who we are. We expect to win now. And that's so
At
valuable.
Vanderbilt.
The entire program believes it. Like, they know that they're good. And they just beat top 10 LSU. That has to, oh my God, dude. Like, even if we didn't really believe in this LSU team at this point in the season, like, if they went from week 1 beating Clemson, I'm like, man, this team, LSU's found a little bit of their grit, and it seems like that's all they have. So the AP ranking was number 10, and that will be no longer. And Vanderbilt's the reason. I don't know. That's pretty basic, but that is so much to wrap your head around with this team. And I don't know, maybe this leads to something. Maybe this is like a big tipping point for the program. Like, if you can extract enough talent and take care of the most important position, then you're liable to do anything.
Yeah. Really big props to what Clark Lee has built there. Year 5, I mean, decent success the first couple of years, but I mean, the last 2 years have been probably the best stretch of Vanderbilt football since before the World Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time they've beat LSU since 1990. I have a feeling that a lot of these first time Vanderbilt has beat X since whatever year, that year is going to change to 24 and 25, and it already has for a lot of teams. I mean, it's pretty cool. I would love to see Vanderbilt get just a little bit of help that they need to get to Atlanta and get their get back against Bama, dude.
It doesn't even sound that crazy.
It doesn't sound that crazy.
It doesn't even sound that crazy. That's so wild. All right, next up on the docket, Texas, number 7, Texas Tech, 22, unranked Arizona State, 26. I mean, when we were talking about this game last week, I thought Arizona State might have a half. Sam Levitt's coming back from injury. Maybe it takes him a half to warm up. Maybe he comes back and it's kind of rushed and the pressure starts getting to him, like defensive pressure. Like, they have a really good defensive line. And they, tenderize him by the second half. And none of that happened. They played a full 4-quarter football game and won at home in the throwback uniforms and rushed the field yet again. Last year as underdogs. This year as underdogs again, but it's not feeling very underdogish anymore. Arizona State's the class of the Big 12 now. They took the title. and they did it the old-fashioned way. You gotta appreciate it.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, Texas Tech was living in Arizona State's backfield. Sam Levitt took a ton of shots But every time he got rocked, it was like, half a second after he chucked the long ball and completed it to Jordan Tyson. Like, there's at least 3 instances where he had like he's under pressure on the run, whatever, throws the ball 30 plus yards down the field, makes a completion, gets his shit rocked, and he just kept going. And that was very, very impressive performance coming off the injury from Sam Levitt.
Real tough from a true sophomore too. Like, he's really like settled down, because like he has some of that, like, Jameis Winston, like, dog brain fucking like just in the backfield, partially because he needs to, but then also because he's just like, I don't know, easy to unsettle as like a young quarterback. But like him making plays with his legs is how they like make up the difference when plays just break down. And I didn't know, like, was it Roberts for Texas Tech? He is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, if he's in the right spot every time, but he's everywhere the ball happens to be. And having a quarterback like scrambling with that guy lurking sounds so terrifying. And that's after you get past like David Bailey and Lee Hunter or whatever. Like, I don't like this Texas Tech defense, dude. They honestly like elicit like a fight or flight reaction within me. Like when I think about like those Jim Harbaugh 49ers teams, and you just go down the roster, I'm like Aldon Smith, Justin Smith, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, David Brooks. Oh God, like it's just like each player on the team just sounds like a fist hitting a face. And that's what Texas Tech has going, and they beat them. When they didn't punch it in the red zone a couple times, I'm thinking like, oh, that could come back to bite them. And Hammond for Texas Tech, the quarterback, that was another true freshman, really highly ranked true freshman, like very talented recruit. He was fearless when he came in against Utah, and he's still playing really well. And don't let him get in the red zone. He will drive his shoulder in to that pylon whenever he needs to. So this was just a masterful game to watch from both sides. And I do feel like, as a Big 12 fan, I am well represented by these two teams that kick my team's ass.
I think one thing that we've learned about this Texas Tech team is, after the Utah game, we asked the question of, do you go back to Barrett Morton after Will Hammond looked so good in that game? I think we've answered that question. Will Hammond played well, but yeah, as soon as Barrett Morton can come back, you got to get that guy in there. Now, to be totally clear, like, Texas Tech didn't lose this game because they had a backup quarterback. They lost this game because Arizona State played out of their minds. And if you change the quarterback for Tech, who knows? You probably still lose if Arizona State still plays the same type of game. But also want to give a shout out to Texas Tech special teams. They gave them, they were down 2 scores late in this game, and they had a 55-yard kick return to start a drive off in plus territory. They had on their after they score the touchdown on that drive, they force a punt and get like a 40-yard punt return to get inside the 20 to start their next drive. I mean, the third phase really effective for Texas Tech in the fourth quarter, and just a little too late.
I think this is like a theory I have, so I mean, slap my wrist if I'm reaching too far. But one of the things that you'll notice in like FCS versus like Power 4 teams is that maybe the starters, if you're playing early in the season, are plenty talented. Like, these are good enough players to play anywhere. But the difference between the two teams is the depth. So now you're like, all right, what are the guys that are good enough to start for an FCS program or a G5 program? And then what are the guys that are only good enough to be on the special teams of that program? And that's where you see like, oh, you have your starting wide receiver who's this lightning fast, like 4-star recruit, like returning kicks against third string FCS guys. So something bad is going to happen to them. In this case, Texas Tech, I think, without knowing anything about their deep roster depth or whatever, but I just know because they did like reinvent their whole team and only the best players from last year's team are still here. I think their baseline is so high that if you just have bigger, faster people in special teams by now. Like, you're recruiting this, and like, if I'm in West Texas and I'm just getting like, all right, what's a washed up like track star in the state of Texas gonna do if he like couldn't put on the weight? He can play special teams, and that's a position for him. And I don't know, just hypothetically, I don't know. There's less rooms for walk-ons and things like that now with the roster limits, and I'm really feeling the roster limits for Iowa State because we're all hurt. But for Texas Tech, I think their baseline is so much higher than your average Big 12 team. That's a long way of saying, oh, they're good at special teams because they're physical. But
yeah, no,
I
I
like
like
shows up then.
I like the theory. I think that's worth digging into a little bit more over the next week for us. It's piqued my interest. I want to figure it out.
Yeah, time to look at the 247 composite ranking page for every single player.
Yep.
Or look at the college football 26 roster.
That's probably what I'm going to do.
Wow, their fourth string quarterback is 96 speed. They're crazy good.
Props to Arizona State for their last drive, the touchdown drive that sealed it for them. That whatever it was, it was maybe 6. I can't remember. 4th and 8. Yeah, dude. And then to have the play break down and Jordan Tyson says, "Buck it, I'm gonna get open," and Sam Levitt's like, "Yo, that's my guy. That's my guy right there. I'm getting him the ball."
It's the week for buddy ball in the NFL and here. It was so beautiful. Like Jordan Tyson, I said Malachi Tony Volitnikoff. I meant to save that for him. Just an undeniable player, dude.
Yeah.
You know where it's going every single time. And with Levitt buying time, you just can't cover him for 4 seconds. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And there was that one pass he threw that was like just outside the hashes, like safeties were coming down from the middle of the field, corners right behind him. Levitt throws it right in front of him, and he extends his arm and hits him in the hand, and that was 60% of a catch. It was so beautiful, and I've only seen like Randy Moss and Odell Beckham make that play, and he's right there. I love that they're just letting the kid loose, like on both ends of this. Like, they're a really fun team, and to get through those like early season like Baylor, TCU like dog fights they were in, now that we are pretty confident they're the better team in both of those, it wasn't just like you toughed it out in the moment. Like, there's something to be said for a team that just knows how to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't foresee them dropping a game or two. Like, who's left? That's the best we had to offer you. Like,
I don't know. I think the Big 12 is so tight in the top end, especially now that Texas Tech has shown that they're not in elevation above the top tier in the Big 12. I mean, they've got Houston next week. Iowa State could get feisty. I don't know if you guys have some cornerbacks in cold storage you could unfreeze for this game.
No, we have a terrible pass rush too.
All right, cool.
But hey, here's how we do the upset 2 weeks from now. It's the black uniforms in prime time, and it's really cold, and maybe. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I've got for this game. Shouts to Arizona State and Texas Tech, dude. I was starting to believe, and I still can believe in you. You can easily still go to Arlington and make a run in the playoff, but like, man, I wanted to see undefeated Texas Tech at the end of the year, dude.
Yeah, just one of those things that force their way into the conversation. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they're eliminated. It's just
No.
they're highly ranked enough, even after. Well, we'll see what the AP poll does to them. And we'll see what the CFP does later. But I don't know. Sorry, we're recording this at 11:30 Central, so we don't have all the answers yet. But trust and believe, by next week we'll have opinions.
Damn right.
Okay, next game. Number 8 Ole Miss falls 35-43 against number 14 Georgia. Vasishta doesn't even have to be here. I just see his face just chuckling, just fucking yucking it up. I don't even hate Georgia.
I do.
I don't know. I didn't see this one coming. Like, it's not so shocking that Ole Miss would drop this game, but Georgia just keeps finding ways to turn out the lights on teams in the second half. Like, I don't know if they can keep doing that, but like, again, we're over halfway into the year. You're kind of are who we thought you are at this point. This was one of the few games we thought they might drop. And I'll let you know, full disclosure, I had $2 on this game.
Oh,
what the
shit.
hell? So
Georgia didn't even have the slow start problem that they've had this year. I mean, yeah, their defense struggled a little bit in the first half. Like, I know Kirby does not want to allow 21 points in any half of football. And, but when you're playing an offense like Ole Miss and first 3 quarters, Trinidad Chambliss, like 21 points in the first half, whatever, you went into the break down 1 point. I mean, that's not terrible. But the thing that I was noting in the first quarter of this game was Ole Miss was scoring in like 3 to 5 minute drives. Georgia's drives were like 8 minutes in the first half. They just sat on the football and kept getting 11 yards for every first down and extending drives. They made Ole Miss's defense have to play damn near 40 minutes of football, and I think that in a game like this, that's what you can point to as far as why Georgia was suddenly able to score in the second half. I mean, or in the fourth quarter, that is. Like, your defense is fresh. You can stop a ice cold offense for Ole Miss at that point. Ole Miss's defense is gassed. They've just been on the field too much, and that's for this particular game script. I kind of think that's how Kirby wants to do it. Like, just make their defense play against you as much as possible, and they're gonna fail at some point.
I just can't believe you can get 2 or 3 and outs in the fourth quarter like that and count on it time and time again in a game where you just needed it. Like when Ole Miss took that, I think it was like a 14 or 12 point lead. I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm like pre-thinking what to write down in our notes. Like, this is a real sign for them. I'm imagining like an Alabama Ole Miss like SEC championship. I'm like, man, that'd be really fun. And now it's in doubt, dude. There's no room for fun little twists when the fourth quarter is still happening.
Yeah, when Georgia is stacking 3 and outs against a team with the offensive capability of Auburn, you're like, okay, that you can do that. But for them to go out and do it against Ole Miss like this in this game it's a lot more impressive. And I think that you can look at that and say that's real. Like, that's not fluky. That's just, yeah, Georgia's defense isn't like it was in 2021. That's probably not ever going to happen again for a team with the increased level of parity that NIL has brought. But like, it's a really good defense, and you did exactly what you needed to in the fourth quarter, and I guess Gunnar Stockton is him. I don't know.
I don't like this. I don't like that we have like a really good Georgia quarterback. It doesn't feel right. I don't know. Stylistically, like having him scramble feels a little wrong. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Dude, also, how about Gunnar Stockton corralling a bad snap as the holder in the fourth quarter to... Dude, when they came out for that field goal and they're like, oh, and Gunnar Stockton's going to be holding, in my head, I was like, please fuck it up. Please, please, please fuck this up. And no, he made a great special teams play. Like, it was a bad snap, and he corralled it and set it up for a field goal that, you know, it didn't end up mattering because they could have won that game 40-35, but to make it a touchdown and a 2-point and put that much more pressure on Ole Miss, who hadn't done anything in 15 minutes, to you have to go out and score right now, like, impressive.
I wanted to talk about Nate Frazier. I think the last name does a lot of the heavy lifting for him in my mind because he really is like a 12-round prize fighter. Like, they just have him back there and just slowly but surely, like he'll get his 6, he'll get his 5, and those body blows just wear on a team after long enough. Like, I don't think they can play the way that they play without him, and he doesn't stand out to me necessarily as this like elite running back, but for what he does it so well. And I'm surprised that they were able to pull this one out, but it's not so surprising seeing how in a physical game like that, the fourth quarter becomes the difference when you've just been just hitting under the hip, like right every game, like no matter what the game script says. So respect, a lot of respect for this one. Maybe I don't know. It's good that this series is going back and forth. I feel like that's better for everybody. Just not great for Ole Miss this week. Shoutouts. Texas A&M. It's October. They have a game against LSU. They're first in the SEC. Wouldn't you believe it? Like, I remember this time last year, we were like figuring out there was the Wegman and Marcel Reed like quarterback battle. I mean, we're far beyond that, and I still don't trust A&M to hold on to this.
Yeah, I don't either.
Again, it feels bad. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't really have like a reason necessarily that I could say to you very clearly about like, oh, they're not gonna hang on to this. I think they're gonna beat LSU even, but come on. I don't trust them to beat Texas, who just struggled with Kentucky on the road.
Yeah, and the I know that it is a somewhat new look Arkansas football team, a new old look, if you will, and Bobby Petrino is pulling out all the stops to try and get that job full time again. But like, Arkansas is not very good, and they just took you to the wire, man. But hey, you won. Cool, congrats.
That's right.
We'll see if you can keep it up, and you can't articulate a reason why you don't believe in A&M, and I know my reason. It's the fucking logo on the side of the helmet, dude. They do this all the time.
Maybe the story ends a little bit better. You're not installing a new quarterback. You kind of know who you are. So I think the fact that they're not like maybe they have to figure out their defense, but we've seen Arkansas put up points before. Like, this isn't the craziest thing. I just didn't expect you to have to win a shootout. I thought you'd have it a little bit more together than that. But hey, again, I'm not gonna dogpile another winner this week. So There we go. Speaking of winners, UAB
Hell yeah.
firing Trent Dilfer, and then immediately beating ranked Memphis. We were talking about Memphis, we were looking forward to that Memphis USF game like this year, and now only one of those teams will be ranked. I don't know how to quantify when a coach is fired, how the whole team just can refocus for a weird week.
Yeah. It's impressive, man. I mean, UAB was nowhere, and they pull it off. UAB's got a really nice stadium. I'm not gonna lie. That's neither here nor there for the result here, but I was just thinking about it being a home game for UAB. Great stadium. They built it like 5 years ago. It's awesome. But the Group of 5 playoff race just got a lot more weird. I mean, it still feels like the American champion is gonna get it, but like they can probably withstand one loss. I don't know. It's
yeah.
Weird. Big shouts to UAB, man. Just
yeah.
I
don't know how does this keep happening? Like, what changes in the locker room when a coach is fired? Like, do you really just lock in and that's enough? Or is it like, we have all the ingredients here, we're just mixing them a different way? Like I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it throws a wrench in the preparation for the other team, especially like for the week immediately after. It's like, oh, they're gonna be doing different stuff than they have on tape. Like that probably hurts it. It also probably, from just internally on the team, you already know the season's lost and your coach is gone. Like, all the pressure's gone off of you as a player, basically. I wonder if just playing free and, like, maybe with a guy like Dilfer, maybe the team doesn't like him in the locker room. And I don't know that, but
whatever. We've said more spurious things about people on here than he wasn't likable. That's I don't know. Fuck Trent Dilfer. No one liked him. He was a waste of time. Everyone thought it was a bad idea right from the start, and now he's gone. And look at that, you have a program again. That's so crazy. Like, I don't know. I don't know really how to quantify the effect of having somebody who's just a bad time is. I don't even know if it's the right decision to like stick with who you have, but for 1 week only, everything's fixed.
Absolutely.
And when your season is already kind of tanking, like, you just take these next 7 days, maybe 6 if we have some weird Thursday game, and you just roll with it. So good for UAB. And now, speaking of fired coaches and their teams having bounce back games, welcome to this week's edition of Josh Was Right. I'm putting the text right between my hands there. Iowa pulls out the win against Penn State. Some highlights from this game are Mark Gronowski using his legs to roll out and ice this game. Then in the red zone, coming in and just being a quarterback sneak savant. And them getting to midfield at right before halftime and kicking a 66-yard field goal that is severely blocked and returned for a touchdown to put Penn State in the lead. All those things happen because Mark Gronowski was on the field. When I know ball, I'm going to tell you.
God, Jesus. I mean, is there a more Kirk Ferentz quarterback passing stat line than 10 for 16, 68 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a win, baby?
That's right! I'm kind of giving Penn State like the fired coach bounce there too. I did not think they would be I thought Iowa would swallow them whole if James Franklin was still there. Like, Kinnick would have been a very depressing place to die. But I'm glad this was at least an entertaining game for all those fans that had that one circled on their calendar. And they also made me look good, so I'm happy for you now, to Iowa. They are 5-2, and people are talking about the playoffs again. What?
Could be an Iowa year.
So
Happens every like 4 years. Could be an Iowa year.
golly, like this was cute, but I'm done rooting for the Hawks. That was another 1 week only thing. Continuing on in the Josh was right edition. Motherfucking Nebraska. Man, dude. No rhyme, no reason. Another L on the road. I mean, what are we doing, Nebraska?
They finally had gotten ranked, dude. And you just go out and lay a fucking stinker.
It was worse than I thought. I thought it would be like 16-10. I thought it would be like kind of sloppy. I thought their defense might fail them or something. I don't know. I thought they'd have a bunch of turnovers and give up a defensive touchdown, and that would be it. Not 24-6.
No.
Not 24-6. I'm being so gracious with those TikTok commenters.
I'm glad they've got Patrick Mahomes. Surely he will save them.
Dude,
9 sacks is crazy.
Dylan Raiola looked so sloppy out there. I hate doing like the Stephen A. Smith, like the fat Jabba the Hutt. Like he can't play. He can't play. He has terrible pocket presence, and he had just looked totally slow back there. And the offensive line was not up to the task of blocking for him. And then he holds onto the ball forever. I'm like, this is a recipe for disaster. And I don't know if they're going to be able to keep doing this. Well, they're not. They lost. So we'll see. It is now with my deepest regret that we give you Josh was wrong. I was wrong. No, not the hands. I was wrong about Ole Miss. I blame my zest, my plucky nature for believing in Ole Miss in this game. They won last year, and I should have just taken that while it was there. But I guess I'm just doomed to not get this game right. And you know what's worse? For 3 quarters, I felt like a genius. I felt so smart. I was looking at Trinidad Chambliss just strolling through the hedges. I'm like, this is so great. I'm like, I can't wait to get on here and talk my shit. And then I guess Ole Miss couldn't wait either. I was also wrong about Arizona State, but I'm pleasantly surprised. They're damn good. And this definitely makes things a little more complicated in the outside perception for the Big 12. But what I've learned is that even the unranked opponents in the Big 12 are actually very good. And people don't understand the strength of schedule that this conference actually has week to week.
People just don't understand what it's like to play a Big 12 schedule week in and week out. We just beat up on ourselves so much. Like,
yeah,
the level of physicality and speed in this league is unmatched. I mean,
it's
right. Truly the best conference. And
the worst quarterback in this conference is probably Connor Wegman, and he's kind of new here. Like, he hasn't lost the conference game. He hasn't lost a game. We ran out of gas fast on that one.
Yeah, we don't like talking about when we're wrong. We can just sweep that under the rug and let the TikTok commenters talk about it.
Yeah, this Nebraska team is actually better than you guys are giving them credit for. I saw it. I liked it. Agreed. I'm like, yeah, they are pretty good. They're ranked for a reason. But I know what's next most of the time because Josh was wrong. All right. Speaking of depressing realizations,
it's over in Wisconsin, man. I've been like throughout the recording of this episode, I've been refreshing the Twitter of major college football reporters. They've got to fire Luke Fickell right now. You can't get shut out 2 games in a row. There's no spark. There's no anything. Wisconsin's terrible. Ohio State's really good, yeah, but like, man, Wisconsin's terrible.
I don't even understand what they're like waiting for. Like, we all know what the decision is. Is it just some contract language? Like, why not get a jump on things?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But whether they do it today, which they should, and they might have already by the time you hear this, but they have to. I mean, what's the point in waiting another week to get destroyed by who's next? Who's next for Wisconsin?
Does it matter?
It doesn't. Oh, they have Oregon next, so they're gonna have a fucking bad time.
God damn.
Dude, it's Oregon, Washington, Indiana. Like, God,
I remember
that's not good.
last night I was flipping through like different games and I saw Oregon like just at 56-3 against Rutgers, and it was like the third quarter. I'm like, can we get a running clock or something? This is unconscionable. Like, we can't. You can only do so much about your conference opponents, so I don't know. But I don't think like the system's broken or whatever. But God damn, Lanning, can we can we take some knees, man? He's just getting it out of his system.
Yeah, he's pissed off about Sig, man.
Okay, week.
No.
What?
We can't go into the preview.
What?
The elephant in the room must be addressed.
Oh.
Auburn fucking sucks, dude.
Oh, jeez.
You've gotta fire Hugh right now, man. You've got to. 4 winnable games in a row you've lost. This one was. I don't accept the. Oh well, if the refs don't get involved, it's really a 5-1 team. Like, no, you can't. That's unacceptable. You're 3-4. You're 0-4 in the SEC for the third year in a row that you've started the SEC play 0-4. That has never happened in Auburn history. In fact, last week when we started 0-3 for the third consecutive year, that was the first time that had ever happened. So we're stacking bad records on top of each other. Hugh Freeze is 5-15 in the SEC. He is 9-10 at home in 3 years. In 8 years of my beautiful boy Gus Malzahn, we were 44-10 at home. So you've amassed the same number of losses at home in 5 fewer years, and I fucking love our fan base because even for this dog shit team with no offense, we go out and we pack the fuck out of the stadium and we have an awesome atmosphere. You can hear it coming through the TV, and no, you just go out and lose again. So yeah, I'm done with this shit. Fire Hugh. I was right. It makes me angry that I was right 3 years ago when we hired him, but I knew exactly what was going to happen. I hate that I was right because it means we suck, but we suck. Like, this was never going to work, and you've got to rip the Band-Aid off. Move on.
I mean, it definitely makes it easier to make that like tougher decision to like start a new coaching search and everything. But it seems like there's some good candidates out there now, from Ed Orgeron to James Franklin to whoever. Like, there's a lot of like options out there, and I don't know, losses like this where you don't even have like, all right, this was a bad year, but they put it together 1 week and that felt great. Like, even like that Baylor win feels so long ago. Long ago. I'll tell you, like, I've only like rooted for Auburn since knowing you now, and it's affecting my mental health. So I'm happy to just say, this is a chop, and it's over. Too hard to do. I mean, you know what I'll say is I didn't even want to talk about them. That's how bad. And this was a win for Missouri. Like,
I had to get it out, man. It's no one's having fun. This sucks, and I'm fucking tired of that bucktooth, chinless moron going on his post-game press conference and being like, "Oh, we're close. We're so close with this team." Okay, dude, cool. It's year 3. Like, I'm not telling you to go and like, find the next SIG and win 24 games in 2 years. That's not realistic. But like, dude, it's year 3. The roster is good. We have talent again. We're at an SEC level in terms of the players on the field, and our offensive genius coach has once again failed to score 20 points.
I think that's the hard part. If you had like a defensive first coach or whatever, it would be easier to say like, well, they're half of a team and, it's not there. But like, no, I look at your players. I see the scheme being the problem. It's like, well,
yeah. And the defense is awesome. The defense is getting let down. It sucks that we're wasting this defense. It's really good. But
what does he do here now? Like,
people are asking.
So now, I mean, you know what? Maybe if they fire Hugh Freeze now, there's enough time for the fired coach to like dead cat bounce, and you only have 2 people that are responsible for calling plays on offense as opposed to 3. So
yeah,
they're like 1 week change could be right on the horizon. Maybe they're saving it for a week that really matters.
Yeah.
Like when they play Alcorn State or something later in the year.
It's Mercer. It's respect. But
Mercer's too perfect.
No, but the remaining schedule for Auburn is Arkansas, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Mercer, Bama. Arkansas it's in Fayetteville. Bobby Petrino is gonna try and get some style points. Like I said earlier, he's trying to get that job.
This is one.
That's a scary game. Kentucky now is apparently a scary game.
I think
apparently
you
if you have
new coach Kentucky or interim gets Kentucky week 1. It's set up for you now. You have one game against Arkansas. You either win it and you go, this doesn't really do anything for me, or you lose it by 40 and it's very clear this isn't Missouri, this isn't Georgia, this isn't Oklahoma. No, you suck. You suck. And you're gone. Speaking of being gone, I think we're good. We're good on Auburn. They've had enough.
Yeah.
Week 8 preview. No more curveballs now.
Nope.
K-State at Kansas. Kansas is so overdue.
Actually, it's week 9. Sorry. I didn't.
Sorry, week 9. I didn't change the text in the notes. Whoops. K-State, Kansas. Who you got?
K-State, Kansas. Give me. I'm flipping a coin in my head. I have no idea. Give me Kansas. Fuck it. I don't care.
I believe in Kansas for this one. They are way overdue on beating this, but this will not be easy. This will not be easy. K-State blew out TCU like last week. It shouldn't be, but it will. And in the new stadium, maybe that's the edge they need, like a sold out like stadium. Like let's do it. This is the time. If not now, never. Honestly. BYU at ISU. My mom will be in town, and we are going to this game together. So it's homecoming.
Hell yeah.
Another red team playing BYU. I recuse myself.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the case for Iowa State is that you don't really need cornerbacks to beat BYU with what they want to be doing on offense. But I'm taking BYU. I'm sorry.
I'd love to argue, but I don't know. Iowa State needs to be a different team than they've been to win this one. So, I believe it's possible. They definitely needed the rest, and BYU just played one of the biggest games of their season. So maybe there's a letdown spot, but that's all I got. Houston at Arizona State. No good deed can go unpunished here in the Big 12.
I want Arizona State. It's still in Tempe, dude. I mean, their students are probably going to be drunk from now until then, celebrating the big win over Tech. Arizona State, give it to me.
Houston's just struggled with too many bad teams for me to think that they're a really good team. But I will not forget that they were first in the Big 12 this late into the season. Like, it gets to be October 25th before we even have to call them anything else. So kudos to them. I'm already giving you a loss. I'm talking down. This is disrespectful, what I'm saying to them right now. But I don't think you're going to be able to do anything about it. I mean, if I'm lying, I'm flying. So
someone show that clip to Connor Wegman and see what he thinks about it.
He'll say, "Oh, hell nah, boy. You got me fucked up." That's what he'll say. We got our clip for the episode. UCLA at Indiana. Two powerhouse programs on a heater right now.
Damn right. What is I have to look at the Big Ten standings because UCLA is 3-1 in conference. What the fuck was Deshaun Foster doing, dude? Like,
what does he do here?
What was he doing? Because, like you said, they're on a heater, dude. They're just winning games. They're 3-1 in the Big Ten, man.
Even their one loss to Northwestern doesn't even look bad now.
Yeah. Which
they lost to New Mexico at home in front of no one.
And their New Mexico's coach after that game was like, "Yeah, I know they're Big Ten, but we're gonna play better teams in our conference this year." No, you're not. I'd like to see a Tim Skipper-led UCLA team play New Mexico. They probably don't lose 35-10.
You know, we didn't talk about this on the show. I only made a video about it. The Big Ten commissioner, Tony Petitti, was talking about how an 8-4 Big Ten team would need access to the playoff by having their Big Ten tournament. UCLA is that 8-4 team with a win over Indiana.
Are you
giving them the world.
Okay.
I don't think it'll happen. But I think we've come a long way from where we were in August for me to even pick this game as a meme.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? Low-key, I'm doing a dirtbag thing to UCLA right now. I just spent like 3 minutes gassing him up. Indiana's gonna win this game, man. I'm picking Indiana.
I don't know what the betting line is, but
it's too much. It's too much for Indiana. It's 24.5. I don't like that line, but
Ooh, Vasish is not here. The boys will play. All right, I like that. Next up, Illinois at Washington. I feel like this is a mirror match. I think Illinois is on the road and they played other teams that had good offenses like USC and won. But that was a real dogfight. I don't know if Washington is as good as USC, but I feel like they could win this one at home. I'm going to give it to them.
Yeah. I'm gonna zag a little bit. I'll take Illinois here. I like Washington, but if I'm picking a road underdog, Illinois got a good chance. I like them.
That Michigan game got a little crazy, but I liked them to bounce back. Minnesota at Iowa. Can Minnesota just keep things rolling? After another disgusting Big Ten team just lost to them at home. I'll tell you right now, I'm not giving this to Minnesota until they win one on purpose. I'm not giving it to them. This is another disrespectful thing, but good for Minnesota for being in our preview picks in back-to-back weeks.
Hell yeah.
That's more than I can say for you normally.
Yeah, I'm taking Iowa as well. It's just they're. I don't know how Gronowski has like made the Ferentz crab machine better, but he has somehow, and it's it's working, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, dude. The crab's not that dangerous, but it's a light and fluffy crab cake right now, and you gotta appreciate it. Next, Ole Miss at OU. I think this is not a big noon game, but a noon game, like SEC on ABC or something.
Yeah.
I don't think OU is that good, so I'm giving it to Ole Miss. God, that was difficult to say.
Yeah, I want Ole Miss as well. I want them to continue losing, but I don't think they will in this one.
Texas A&M at LSU. This has to be A&M, right?
It should be. I'm taking LSU per our conversation earlier.
What makes you lean that way?
The logo on the helmet for the Maroon team.
Damn.
It's also, I mean, come on, it's a night game in Tiger Stadium. LSU is offensively challenged, but
you know what?
They gotta get one, right?
Yeah. I feel like their defense against their offense will be the story of the game. I think LSU can muck this game up and have the home crowd really be a factor. That's the only way I see them winning this one. So I'll give it to them in a real classic. Speaking of real SEC grinders, Mizzou at Vanderbilt.
College game day.
Really?
For whatever that means. Yeah.
That's good for them, man. like, I mean, there's no sizzle in this game. Like, there's no sexy brand here. But this is
Don't talk about the doors like that.
I'm just saying. This isn't Alabama coming to town. This is Missouri. Like, Vanderbilt's the lead billing on this. I mean, you know, both teams won last week, but this is not the type of thing I would have seen coming. Like, if Vanderbilt was going to be good throughout the year, I wouldn't have had Mizzou at Vandy as a college game day caliber game, even if, you know, ESPN's doing what they do. I don't know. Bo Prabula hasn't looked as good lately. I'll give it to Vanderbilt. I trust their quarterback more.
I got Vandy too.
Last game, Texas at Mississippi State. Listen, I won't be watching, but what do you think this final score will be?
Both teams below 20. How about a weird score? How about like 19-15?
Yeah, it will be like watching something in 1915. I'll say Texas pulls it off on a special teams play. Niblett has another big punt return, and that sets them up well.
All right,
in a game where field position will matter.
Yes, I'm gonna take Texas as well, just because Mississippi State is improved. They beat the class of the Big 12 earlier this year, but
that win just looks better and better.
It's so weird, but yeah, I just don't think that they're gonna be able to do it.
Well, I think that's our show for this week. We will see y'all next week.